Melt heights. Adult melt height x follows approximately a normal distribution with a mean of 69 inches and a standard deviation of 2.8 inches. What proportion of males are less than 65 inches tall? In other words, what is the probability that x is less than 65? With a normal distribution problem, the first thing we need to do is to draw the graph, the bell-shaped curve. From the peak look down, that is the mean, and the mean is given 69. We label the mean 69 and the standard deviation of 2.8. In part A, the value x that we are interested in is 65, and so we would locate 65 on the horizontal axis here in relation to the mean 69. 65 is less than 69, so we would locate it on the left of 69, anywhere on the left accordingly, and we label this as 65. Then we're looking for the probability or the proportion that is less than 65, and so we will shade everything on the left hand side of 65. Don't forget to draw the vertical line. Once we do this, we can use a calculator to compute this probability. This is a normal distribution, so we would use a normal calculator. This is StatCrunch normal calculator. To use the calculator, we would input the mean 69 and the standard deviation 2.8. We would click on the inequality box to choose the correct symbol. We want less than, but notice that there's no less than here because for a continuous normal distribution, the normal distribution is continuous. Less than is the same as less than or equals, so we would pick less than or equals for less than. The value that we are interested in this problem is 65. We want the probability that x is less than 65, and then we would hit compute. The calculator gives us the corresponding probability, and that is 0.0766, rounded to 4 decimal places, 0766. And so the answer is P of x less than 65 is 0.0766. Next, what is the proportion of males are more than 75 inches tall? The same thing, we would draw the normal curve, label the mean 69, the standard deviations of 2.8. The desired x value in this part is 65, and 65 is on the right hand side of the mean 69. So we would draw the vertical line, label 65. We want the proportion that is more than, so we will shade everything on the right hand side of 75. Then we can use a calculator. Again, we're using StatCrunch calculator here. Type the mean 69 if it is not already there, and then the standard deviation of 2.8. Click the inequality symbol. This time we want greater than, but again, there is no greater than symbol. We would use greater than or equals because this is a continuous distribution. We then input the desired value. In this case, it is 75, and then hit compute. The corresponding probability is 0.0161, round to 4 decimal places. And so the answer is P of x greater than 75 equals 0.0161. Now, since we're allowed to use the calculator, make sure we draw a picture, label, and shade the appropriate region. That is how we show our work. Next, what proportion of males are between 66 and 75 inches tall? Again, always draw the graph, the bell-shaped curve for normal, label the mean 69, the standard deviation of 2.8. The two desired x values are 66 and 72. 66 is on the left hand side of the mean, so we would draw the vertical line somewhere on the left hand side of 69. 72 is on the right hand side and label 72 when we draw the vertical line. Between, so we would shade everything in the middle. We're looking for the area of this region, and so again, the probability of 66 less than x less than 72 can be computed using the calculator. Using the calculator, we would input the mean 69 and the standard deviation 2.8. This time, we want the value between. There is a feature on the upper left corner of the StatCrunch calculator, and it gives us between. And so click between. If we click between, we see that there are two boxes now, and x is between. The two values that we want to put in are the lower 66 and the upper 72. Don't forget to clear out the box before inputting these two values. And then we hit compute. The corresponding probability is 0.7160, rounded to 4 decimal places. 0.7160. If there are two values, then we would choose between feature, and if there is only one value, then we would choose the standard feature in the StatCrunch calculator. Next, how tall must a male be in order to be among the shortest 0.5% of male? 0.5% is 0.5 over 100, which is 0.005 in terms of the probability. Same thing, we would draw the normal bell-shaped curve, label the mean 69, the standard deviation 2.8. This time there is no x value. We're looking for the height, which is the x value, but we're given the probability, the area, the proportion. And this is the shortest on the horizontal line. The height should be from the shortest to the tallest. And so the shortest 0.5% should be on the left hand side. This is a proportion, or the 0.005 or 0.5%. We're looking for this corresponding x values here. We can use the StatCrunch normal calculator to do so. To use StatCrunch normal calculator for only one value, we would click on the standard feature in the upper left corner. Input the mean 69, the standard deviation 2.8, and choose the inequality box. Since we want the shortest or the lower left, we would choose less than or equals, but this time clear the box inside the parentheses. That is the x value, and we do not have it, but we have the probability, the area, and so we would type in the area 0.005 and then hit compute. Then the calculator will give us 61.79, and that would be the corresponding x value. And so x equals 61.79 inches. This height will separate the shortest 0.5% from the rest, 61.79 inches. Next, how tall must a male be in order to be amongst the tallest 0.25% of the males? Same thing. Draw a normal picture. Mu equals 69, the standard deviation of 2.8. This time we want the tallest 0.25% or 0.25 over 100, which is 0.0025. And since it is the tallest, so it is the right area. And this area is 0.0025. And we're looking for this x value. Similarly, we will use the normal calculator to do so. Again, there's only one value here, so we would use the standard calculator, input the mean, the standard deviation, and the inequality box. This time we want the right area, so we would choose greater than or equals and leave the box inside the parentheses empty. So clear it. If there's any value in there, clear it. And then in the area after the equal sign, we would enter the area, and the area is 0.0025, and then we hit compute. The corresponding x value that the calculator gives us is 76.86. 76.86. So the answer is x equals 76.86 inches, and that is the height that separates the top 0.25% from the rest.